Hello, everyone. Welcome to Cooking with Donna. I am so sorry I missed y'all yesterday, but I had a lot of things to do and get finished. We all know how that goes. We get behind on things. But today, I am making up like a copycat. I don't know if any of y'all have Long John Silver's, which is like a fish and chicken. They sell a lot of different things there. They add to their menu. I guess throughout the years, they started selling hamburgers and hot dogs, which before it was just chicken and fish. Mainly fish they're known for, but Curtis loves their chicken planks, and I am going to do like a little copycat version of them. So everything you need is in the description box on measurements and stuff like that. So here I have some chicken tenders. Oh, my allergies are bad. Some chicken tenders. Now, you can use the breast, but the tenders is like that piece that's right up underneath the breast. They may be a little bit more pricey, but they're so tender and they work beautifully with this recipe. So I have like maybe close to 2 pounds. Now here I'm going to drizzle some of the Tony's on there. Tony's, and it's got all your seasonings and salt in it, so just be careful. Now with clean hands, I'm just gonna, Curtis, can you open that? I don't want to contaminate anything.
Here you go.
A little bit of garlic powder, not a whole lot. We don't want to go crazy with it. And I'm gonna put some more in a minute. Just get this flipped over here and get your oil ready for 375. That's the main thing you want to make sure is ready, is your oil, because your batter for this is not something you want sitting around. And make sure, which I'm going to be using some seltzer water, is nice and cold. Okay, you want this nice and cold. Actually, mine looks like it has a little bit of ice in it, but we don't want no ice in there. Just the cold water. I'm not going to put no salt because this has salt in it. So we don't want salt in it. And I'm going to do some black pepper. Maybe a quarter of a teaspoon. And just get this mixed up. You want to get this going first. That way, as soon as we get our batter ready, our oil is hot already. You want that oil to be hot already because you want to use this batter up fairly quickly. Okay? So now let me get my hands washed. Okay, now we're going to do our batter. Now, Long John's has their batter like it's a tempura batter. And I even have my flour cold. So to that, it's all-purpose flour, some cornstarch, and I'm going to add in my baking powder, my baking soda, my salt, and my black pepper. This is good stuff, guys. It's nice and crispy. Went ahead and put that over there, Curtis. I made some of these, what was it, Curtis? A little bit before Easter when you sat there. How many of those did you eat?
I don't even know. I lost count.
He ate so many of these things. I was like, you're going to make yourself sick. And I'm going to add, just for the coloring, I'm going to add in some Goya seasoning. Now, I use this one here. You'll see the little fish on it because it doesn't have the coriander and stuff in it. And they come in little packs, probably about a teaspoon per pack. And I'm going to put maybe half a teaspoon in there. Okay, we're going to get this mixed up. Like I said, make sure that's nice and cold, because as soon as you get this mixed, you want to start frying. So that's why it's important to be sure your oil is up to 375. Open my seltzer water here. Nice and cold. Remember, cold is key to a nice, crisp batter. There I have 1 cup. And then a half a cup. Now, when you measure your flour, which is 1.5 cups, please be sure to measure properly. Because if you go in and just packing your flour cups, you're not going to have a crisp batter. Something's going to go wrong. So when you measure, I can't even see this. Make sure you scoop your flour in. Scoop your flour in. Let it all fall into place. And then just level it off with the back of a knife or whatever you have, something straight. Then go ahead and go in, because you don't want to pack this cup because your measurements will not be right. But you want to make sure you have enough as well. And we'll just get this mixed in. See how foamy that's getting from that seltzer water. Look how pretty that is, y'all. And you definitely don't want to overmix this. Don't play with it too much. Just until it all comes together. If you see a little bit of lumps in there, that's okay. Just don't beat it to death. Even mix it with some chopsticks. That way you know you're not going to overwork this. And I'm going to say that's good enough. I don't want to beat this up. This looks like it may need. And then also it depends on how dry your flour is. It's a little bit thinner than a pancake batter. And then I'll just let this sit here for a minute. Get this out of the way. And we're going to go to the stove and start frying. Okay, I have in my pot some canola oil. You can use whatever one you want. I'm using the canola, the Healthy Heart one. And I have a tablespoon of sesame oil. Just 1 tablespoon. Now this flavors your oil. And what you're frying flavors your food, right? So this is up to temp. You may have, now we're only going to fry a few of these at a time. Now I'm going to go ahead and make sure everything's coated. Make sure it's all coated. Yeah, you're ready for it, ain't you, Curtis?
I'm about to eat 10 of these things.
Let it drip off. Now, it's very important that your temperature, keep it maintained. Use a thermometer here, because you do not want to crowd your pan, because you will drop your temperature and you'll end up with a greasy chicken plank, and we don't want that. I mean, tempura batter is greasy anyways.
Look how fluffy those things are getting already.
And we're going to drop this other one in. I go in with maybe 4 at a time, because we do not want our temperature dropping. And we're going to fry these approximate 5 to 6 minutes, depending on the size of them. Wash my hands. Always wash your hands when you're handling chicken, okay? I know most of us know that, but we have some new beginners out there that are not sure. Curtis, you know about that, right?
Yeah.
You should. And I like to just keep them moving. Look at there. Keep them moving. And maintain that temperature to 375. And we'll get these fried up. And when you see these crispies coming off, gather them out.
Save those things.
Yes, these are the treats right here. My grandbabies and Curtis love them. But I'll show you what I like to do with the leftover batter. I always make a little extra so I know I'm going to have them. So we'll let these continue cooking, and if you see your temperatures dropping on your thermometer, turn it back up. Let's get these fried up. Okay, these got about a minute left on them. Now, we're going to remove these here in a minute. Now, make sure you look at your thermometer here. Before you add more here, make sure your temperature is back up to 375, okay? Let's go ahead and remove. Look at there. Can they see those, Curtis? I'm kind of out of the
A
camera.
little bit down.
Hang on a minute. See there how crispy that is? Yum. We're going to have these with some waffle fries. Now, long as your internal temperature is at 165, you're good to go. Okay? So I'm going to make sure this oil is brought back up. These are so light and crispy. Now that's why I like the chicken tender loins, because that meat is so tender. These things are so light. Now if you have a really big chicken tender, just leave that one in an extra minute or so. Okay, let's see where we're at. My temperature has not dropped because I'm only frying a few at a time. So sometimes your temperature may go above that 375. And if that does that, lower your temperature, come back down to 375, then go from there. Overcrowding is a no-no because that's going to extremely drop that temperature. And we want to maintain, okay? So let's get some more in here. Here we go. And we'll get these plated. Well, I want to show you what I do with the batter. So we'll be back. Okay, I'm getting these out. This is the last fry. Now, I have my cooling rack here. That one's a little bigger. Can they see that, Curtis?
You go down a little bit. There you go.
Now these are all done. As you can see, I have them on a cooling rack. That way they can drip all that oil off of them. And you can also slightly pat them if you'd like. But these things are super, super crispy. Okay. And when they start their first fry, let them fry a little bit before you try to disturb it, because you don't really want to puncture that tempura batter that's on them and then collect grease inside of them. But look how crispy those are. Crisp. Now this is what I like to do with the leftover. I'll just turn my oil off at this point. I have my leftover batter, and I just drizzle it right in there. The girls, my grandbabies, all of us love it like this. And like I said, we're going to have some waffle fries with it. And just, you got some little crunchies. We always order these at Long John, not order them, but always ask for these at Long John's. I went ahead and turned my oil back on because I don't want it to absorb a whole lot of oil here. There's quite a bit of it in here. And just kind of break them up. And you get these. Look at that big one, Curtis.
Oh, yeah.
We don't eat it all the time. You know, you could say that's a greasy, oily mess, but what fried food ain't, right? No, we know it's not good for us, but we don't eat it a whole lot. But I'm going to continue frying these just until they're nice and crunchy. Okay, my friends, there they are. Next time, I'm not going to, because I had a little bit more batter left than I wanted, and I just threw it all in. But if you have a lot left like I did, do it in batches, because mine, they're nice and crispy, but I think they absorb too much grease. But I know these didn't. These are nice. Okay, Curtis, I need to fry those waffle fries. Keep an eye on that oil till we finish up here.
Okay.
Curtis is going to have his with some, Curtis, pronounce it. Bulldog sauce. This stuff is very spicy. This one is 2 times spicy. We get it on Amazon. This is not sponsored, guys, by no means. We love that stuff. Curtis really loves it. He eats it with a lot of crazy things. Curtis, you want to let them hear the crunch of that batter? That is so crunchy. And he's going to try. I told him, you can try. Because he wanted to eat one a while ago. I said, no. I said, try it with our friends. So look at him. He's pacing back and forth. Which one are you going to pick, Curtis?
This one right here.
Okay. And he's going to dip it in some of that sauce. It's hot too, guys. You may want to... You hear that crunch?
Mmm.
Good.
Mm-mm-mm.
And that sesame oil and that canola oil really flavored. Bite it.
Mmm.
And you're not going to eat. Stop shoving all that in your mouth, Curtis.
No.
That's not,
That is too good.
No, well, still, slow down, crazy boy. All right, guys, there it is. If you're new to the channel, and if you enjoy what you're watching, if you enjoy the videos, if you checked them all out, I would appreciate you to hit that subscribe button, like and share, and hit that notification bell. It'll alert you for my future uploads. But I got to get my fries going before my son keeps picking at this stuff. But you guys have a beautiful evening, and we will see you next week. Is that good? You guys, hot. You guys stay blessed. If I ever missed anything, it's in the description. I love y'all. Bye-bye. Make you up some chicken planks.